Okay, back to basics. We started this in October, and you can see what's scratched out. Tech privileges, setting up first VHF, UHF station, repeater usage, first HF radio, and this is QSOs, QSL cards, etc. And then February will be a good one, too, with Peter Brisbane, who is the ARES emergency coordinator, digital classes, and it'll be a good one. And then March, other aspects, modes of amateur radio, and Kyle does that one. Right, Kyle?
Yeah.
Yep. I didn't catch you off guard. No. Okay, if you want to look at all the PowerPoints, SLSRC.org, back to basics classes. On the right-hand side, and I'm not going to show it because I don't want to lose this, but on the right-hand side of the web page, there's a little column that says quick links, and there's a whole bunch of them, and I think they're in alphabetical. If they're not, you can find back to basics. And they have the PowerPoints are there. Okay, QSOs, I can't say it. QSL cards, LoTW, EQSLs. Keep in mind, this is an open discussion. Anytime, just raise your hand or blurt out or say, hey, I got a question or whatever. It's an unorganized disorganization, I should say. Let me get it going. QSO, what is a QSO? Or QSO, I think I've heard both people say that. A telegrapher's shorthand for I acknowledge receipt of your message or transmission. In other words, I heard you. I got the message. A QSL card is written confirmation or acknowledgement of a contact. And George has some, and Vern brought some old ones up here too. And you have some too, Tom, don't you? A couple? Yeah. So after the meeting, just look at them, and I've got a lot of examples on here. Yes, sir. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, sure, Bill. I'm sorry. I didn't think about that. The problem is there's a happy medium somewhere. Sometimes they go dark. Is that okay right there? It still may be going. Okay, good. Is that okay? Good. Thanks. Station, you'll say, if you listen to the 985 repeater, or what did I do here? Kyle, help me. I got it. You'll hear a lot of guys say, yeah, I worked him last week, or I worked him whatever. That means they talked to him. That's kind of a slang or a phrase that you've contacted somebody. I worked somebody in certain country, or they even sometimes talk about a grid square or wherever, if it's contesting. And let me where's my mouse here? There we go. Why should a QSO be confirmed? Think of it as a thank you note. You know, if somebody does something nice to you, talk to you, or give you a gift, you say thank you. A QSL card is a thank you for contacting me, or thank you for acknowledging my contact or my signal or whatever it is. And here's a QSL card. My mouse is not working here. There we go, I think. Where's the cursor? I can't. Yeah, it is. I'm trying to. There it is. It's disappearing on me. In other words, there's K9QVB/9 with a QSL card. In other words, I worked at station. Here's acknowledgement. Here's proof. If you're going to do it online or seeking awards or plaques or whatever you want to call them, you have to have that. Other reasons, awards, as I just mentioned, serve as proof of a two-way contact needed for certain awards. And there's more about that later. Tradition, exchanging QSL cards have been a long tradition in ham radio, and it's fun to get cards from other contacted hams. I know some of the guys I hear on the radios, they have tons and tons of them. And here's some real ones here. Pictures of real ones, I should say. And this one over here, this F8LS, if you can read the date, it goes back to 1951, I believe. And this one down here with the ship W6NWK is 1947. And of course these, I don't know, I can't see the date on them. But here's one from Antarctica. And one from USSR. Display QSL cards. Now these are the real ones, that like postcards that you get. Albums, show them by band, mode, or award. Easy to carry to meetings or conventions, or you can have a rubber band around them, which, George, you got a rubber band and a Ziploc, right? That works. Wall hangers, and there's some pictures here that I couldn't believe them when I saw them. Easy to hang and change cards, minimal attachment to walls, display boards, or frames. Display special cards or events. Okay, here's some guys here that I think they're serious into QSL cards. The whole wall. Good news is you don't have to worry about painting it. You know, it's never going to need painting. And here's another one. Here's one here, guy pointing out one that's probably pretty important to him. And here's one in a book, you know, with like the old photograph book. Another one, wall. And here's some serious guys right here. I don't know if they're implying that they made all those contacts on the handhelds. I kind of doubt that, but and I don't know where they are. I don't know if they're American or foreign or where. These were all pictures on the internet. It's unreal, isn't it?
Well, the call sign is made out of cards in the middle.
I'm sorry, Bill, I didn't hear you.
K3CR is the letters across the middle there of that maze. See it?
No, I don't. Not on here, I don't.
Behind his head.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. I would imagine they're into some kind of contesting or somewhere. And I guess there's a fire alarm if they ever catch on fire. Ordering, and you may want to write these down, or you can do a Google search, either one. That's where I got most of these. Ordering your and if you have any experience with any of these, good or bad, please jump in and say something. EHAM, to me, has been a source of a lot of information on buying equipment, and so far I've never gone wrong because it's reviews of by people that actually owned equipment and have used it. And there's one on QSL cards. Cheap QSLs, I've heard a lot about that. And this 5.0 is the rating that EHAM has on there from the people that have used them. KB3IFH.homestead.com. You've used him? Good results. And www.K4JSG, Juliet Sierra Golf.co in Virginia. The Sign Man, I've seen a lot of his ads. He does a lot in addition to QSL cards. Louisiana, I think it's Baton Rouge. And then I can't remember who told me about this. I think Jim Glasscock did, W0FF, who's a silent key now. I think he told me that he got a lot of his QSL cards from Russia. I don't know if this was the one in Ukraine. It wasn't. It was the same one. Yeah, he said he was very happy, very good price, everything. So if anybody wants to write those down or take a picture of them, or this will be on the website also, the PowerPoint. And of course, there's always Google and eBay. Information on the QSL card, and please jump in anytime. Call sign, location, time and date, frequency, mode, and signal report. And for those of you that, and I've heard this, you're 5'9", doesn't matter, you know. Turn up the audio a little bit, speak a little louder, but you're 5'9". That doesn't make sense, does it, Doug? I mean, if somebody's 5'9", you don't have to ask them to talk.
Yeah, that's for the third time.
Yeah, third time. What? You're 5'9". What was that call sign again? Hello. It ain't rocket science. Okay, to radio. Where's my mouse? I hate it when it disappears. There we go. Additional optional information: club membership, organization affiliations, email address, awards earned, or any previous call signs held. Not all that is on the card, but you could add it if you would like to. More additional information, and this is mostly for the online ones for an award. If you make a mistake when filling out a QSL card, throw it away and start over. Crossed out or written over information will disqualify any card being submitted toward an award. And Vern, do you speak from the voice of experience on that?
No.
Good.
John is beside there on some of my cards.
Who has?
John, the guy that's going to be
with the DX Club? Yeah, you don't scratch them out, you know. That reminds me, years and years ago, this is in my human resource days, somebody filled out an application for something and I sent it in, and they sent it back and rejected it because it was in blue ink instead of black ink. I said, you got to be kidding me. I said, no, we need blue ink, or black ink. I forget which it was. I said, for the color of the ink, you're going to reject it. But it's serious, you know. Yes, sir.
On the frequency, a lot of cards I just see, for example, it's a 40-meter contact, they go down to 7. They don't put the exact frequency.
Yeah, 7 point dot or whatever it is, yeah.
I've just seen lower side band or upper side band. I got those on cards too.
Is that because they're in a hurry, or they just probably? Yeah.
They got so many cards to send out.
Yeah. Okay, please QSL thanks TNX. If you see QSL thanks means thanks for QSL, and PSE QSL means please respond. In other words, Tom, why don't you show them what you're doing or have done to people that don't have a QSL card?
I help an Italian friend who's a county hunter. He's got about 2/3 of all U.S. counties confirmed on one band, SSC, and a lot of the hand contactors don't have cards. So I'll send them this and you can fill in the blank. And so they can split their call signs across there, county, state, and then on the backside, all the information. So that works out pretty well.
You're like a stateside manager for them?
I wouldn't go that far. Just friend.
Oh.
So
A friend you've never met in person.
friend is
Well, that's great.
but you know, it's kind of become its own hobby.
That's good.
I probably myself, my wife and I have probably confirmed, well, I'd say 30 pounds in 4 or 5 states as we travel someplace. So we finished Ohio last year when we went to Dayton.
Oh, neat.
In Florida, so just through there in Younger.
That's neat.
Georgia, on the other hand, has 169 counties, which is unbelievable. And many counties with 0.
I'm from Georgia. I'm well aware of that. And if you ever need to make a contact in Georgia, I'm bilingual, Southern and English, so I can translate. Yeah, y'all are 5'9" down here. Funny thing is, I go back home and relatives, in-laws and things, boy, every time you come down, you sound more like a Yankee. I'm serious. These are good old boys down there. That's right. Yeah. I'm not the damn Yankee yet. No. Religious or political statements, risque pictures, and unfortunately, Tom, there's one in that we won't talk about it. Drawings, remarks, or humor, anything that could generally be offensive. That kind of applies to what you're talking about on the radio, too, the no-nos. How do you send QSL cards? Personal paper QSL cards. I think there are some people that still are not stuck, but they are determined that they've decided that the only real QSL is a real live hard copy piece of paper. That's you, Doug, right?
You betcha.
You don't do EQSL and LoTW and all those other.
I want the call.
I don't blame you. Yes, sir.
I'll just mention that I'll pass on another interesting thing. We're sending mails from St. Louis to Italy, where he is in northern Italy. He usually gets stuff to me in about 8 or 9 days. And he sends it from his place to me, minimum 30 days.
Wow.
And often there's one envelope that he sent me now that's just not been received by law. So I think a lot of his contacts have gotten lost either one way or the other, and he doesn't know, which way it is. So that's another interesting thing.
Doug.
No, Cliff, I get a lot of QSL cards with a first class stamp on them. I go to the post office twice a month to get postcards. So I save a lot of money on postage.
Those are rich hams that they got 13. That's like the guy that does the net and the Rotten Apples net. He's got I think it's an ICOM 7800, which is a $13,000 radio. And about 2 years ago, he said, this was on the air. He said, it's acting up. I'm on my old radio. I got to send the 7800 to Seattle, which is the only ICOM place that works on it. And he said, it's going to cost me $150. And somebody said, Don, if you can afford a $13,000 radio, don't complain about $150. So those are the rich hams, first class pop,
Comments that guys all over the country say, I don't do QSL cards because they're too expensive. I said, expensive? Does it cost more than your amplifier?
It's what's important, right? It can. Yeah, Vern, you're right. You're nodding your head there, right? And Vern is the treasurer, so he, he's a money guy. That's right.
Let's get your standing before
25th, is that right? Yeah, they're going up to 55 cents, I think, right? The forever. I don't know. I don't know. Personal paper QSL cards. Mail it directly to the person station you work, or, well, nice to include a stamp for postage, and in Tom's case, maybe even a blank QSL card. Not necessarily, but it will probably increase the likelihood of you receiving one in return. I know I remember looking up people on QSL cards. I mean, not QSL cards, on QRZ. And down at the bottom of there is the first page, the biography or details. I forget which. It'll have a lot of times whether they accept only postcards or LoTW or whatever. And some of them will have a parentheses, no SASE. Preferred or not necessary. So if you look up somebody on QRZ, look for the details down but you got to scroll down the screen to the bottom almost, and they may have information about what they expect from you in return.
Yeah, but too, and another thing, there's a lot, when you look at DX station, there's a lot of stateside images. So it's just 2 first-class stamps. You don't have to get an international coupon.
We got a picture of that.
Yeah. Oh, we do.
Yeah, we do. Okay, use QRZ for address. Many foreign stations included on QRZ. QRZ. Yeah. ARR, and they evidently they're logging. I mean, their updating is quicker than it used to be, from what I've been told. It used to take about a week or so for them from the FCC database, but now I understand it's like 2 days. I think that it updates. ARRL QSL service. Official formation in 1976. Tens of millions of QSL cards have been shipped from the ARRL headquarters, amateur radio QSL bureaus, and other national societies worldwide. Incoming QSL cards act as a central clearinghouse for QSL cards arriving from foreign countries. Outgoing services for ARRL members who wish to have their QSL cards sent to contacts. The website is arrl.org/QSL-service. Or you can just go on the ARRL website and look around and find a lot more information.
Yeah, your cards have to be in order.
Yep.
And they want you to cut out the label off the QST magazine and tape that to an index card as the first card in your set.
You have to be an ARRL member to do this. Yes, you do. Plus, it's least expensive, good return rate, can send to foreign QSL managers. Minuses, not time sensitive. In other words, slow. I've heard some people say it took 2 or 3 years or longer to get cards.
Send them and forget them.
Not all DX use the bureau. Okay, here's this is a picture of the ARRL headquarters. Over 1 million cards processed each year.
So put back up
Yep.
to that. So you go to that website and sign up. So right now, I get incoming cards
through the bureau, right?
Signed up to do that, but that doesn't allow me to send them out.
Well, you're an ARRL member.
Yeah.
Vern answered.
Are you a sorter?
Am I what?
A sorter? Do you sort?
You sort cards?
No. Okay. I just got it.
You can become a sorter. Not really.
I have a picture of a sorter in just a minute, Vern.
Okay, so I'm still confused.
Well, there's people that sort. Yeah, see Vern after. He'll get into detail. Okay, here's Steve. Everybody knows Steve, W0SJS. He sorts. He's a sorter for, I forget, is it 0 here? I forget. I don't know which letters, but that's his cards that he's sorting right there. I've been over to his house when he's been doing it, and they're everywhere.
And I get quite a few SWL.
Yeah, shortwave listeners. Yeah.
Wanting confirmation on.
Yep. Eric is very big, and 0UIH is very big in SWL. So anyway, Steve is a sorter, and there are others here. And at Winterfest, you said John? Yeah, John, who will be with the Mississippi Valley DX Club. Okay, questions and comments. We've already had quite a few. Anybody have any more? Doug?
Well, there's one of the good things about QSL cards. If you care to do it, you can earn awards. And,
oh yeah, we got some.
I brought one with me from my this is work all states. And you get this from the ARRL, and this indicates that you worked all states. And it's just some wallpaper for your shack. It's kind of fun to, hang the stuff in your shack, and then if you,
It's just a piece of paper.
that's right.
It's not the frame. And sometimes they just send you a link and you have to print it out on a color printer. And then you have to go to the framing shop. I don't think that we're sending you anything.
Michael's and Hobby Lobby, both right. Michael's and Hobby Lobby get that business.
He's absolutely right.
When you're $45
That's right.
If you,
49.
Another one for the QSL cards is this is through the IARU. This is Work All Continents, and they do not accept LoTW for some strange reason. I don't know why.
Picky.
But it's IARU, not ARRL.
They what, Bill?
Amateur Radio Union, and that's a little bit of wallpaper you can have in your shack if you care about QSL cards. I ordered them at 5,000. And that way I figure out that.
You got worked all states, worked all counties.
Work all continents.
Continents, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Then that next is counties and zip codes.
DXCC.
Zip codes.
No, I've got 67 countries. The last 33 are just.
Oh yeah. Is zip codes and area codes next?
No.
No? Okay.
Grid squares.
Grid squares. Grid squares.
No, planets.
Planet, yeah. Okay, moving right along. Logbook of the world. Please jump in because I am not familiar with this. This is information. LoTW is a repository of log records submitted by users from around the world. When both participants in a QSO submit matching is a key word, right? QSO, matching QSO responds to LoTW. The result is a QSL that can be used for ARRL award credit. To minimize the chance of fraudulent submissions, all QSA records must be digitally signed using a digital certificate obtained from ARRL. And here's the software they use, QSL. It works with Windows, Mac, Linux, and it's free to download, free to all radio amateurs around the world, and ARRL membership is not required. You use it, Vern?
I got started back using it back whenever they were doing the actual parts on the air.
Uh-huh.
And my software that I was using for logging that stuff, but I haven't uploaded since then. I'm ready to go on and do it. Get my computer set up to do it.
Just jump in and do it, right? Anybody else LoTW? Yes, sir, Wayne.
Yeah. I use it with the logging program. Is it entry, expiration, something like that?
Yeah, Vern's very familiar with it.
I don't know. Yeah.
Is that the one for field day? Yeah.
Same guy.
Yeah, same one.
Anyway, it'll upload and download automatically and show you which ones are not.
Can you upload automatically or even on a batch basis from QRZ? I normally just do my log.
It's supposed to be able to, EQSL is supposed to work with EQSL also, that logging program. So I haven't been able to get it to work, so I have to manually export a file and then upload it manually.
We got something on EQSL here. I don't want to jump ahead, but it is there. Something about it. And George, you got LoTW also?
Yeah.
It's a pretty quick turnaround. If you upload within a couple of hours, the other person uploads it and
It's kind of real time, or close to real time, right?
it's a lot better than cards. I got one the other day from Russia. I worked at FTA. It's from August. Yeah, the guy was from the foreign country.
Well, Tom said it takes 30 days to get something that, even though he knows it was mailed on a certain date, it takes 30 days to get there.
It's already up to a couple of days.
Yeah, that's good.
Many companies are that's so good.
Right.
Yes, sir.
What's the QSA record?
To minimize the chance of all QSA records, maybe it should be QSO. I'm not sure.
Is it in this
It might be. I did this last year, and this was a PowerPoint, and this is a confession. I did the PowerPoint on Linux, which I use 99% of the time. I updated and made some changes on a Chromebook, and then I put it on a thumb drive and tried to run it on Windows, and it didn't work. I corrupted the whole darn thing, and I didn't realize it until yesterday. And I thought, okay, I don't have time to start over. So, just thank goodness this is a PDF of it. But it could be QSOs. Well, maybe I did it on purpose to see if you're paying attention. You know, I used to use that when I was teaching a long time ago. Logbook of the World again. Electronically submits contacts for confirmation. View your submitted QSOs and resulting confirmation online. View your DXCC, VUCC, WAS, worked all states, WAZ. What is WAZ, Doug? Zones. And WPX. I'm not sure. Oh, okay. Electronically submit confirmation for credit toward those awards that I just mentioned there. And there's a screenshot of the logbook account for AA. I can't read it on the screen. Maybe you can up there. And there's a DX Centric Club and a worked all states like Doug has. Whose name is that? Can you tell? No. I thought that might be yours, Doug. Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, you can get it vertical or horizontal, either one, huh?
That's just what I printed out. I don't know.
Okay, here's more on LoTW. Download the free TQSL application, direct it, and all of this is going to be on the website too. If you don't need to write it all down.
They really actually set me apart.
How long ago was that?
Oh, 5 years.
They made you now. Well, like the FCC license, they don't send it to you. You got to upload it now. And it may be now that you got to. Here's a link to this, and boom. Logbook of the World, LoTW. For help, lotw.awrl.org, lotw.help. Good website. Advantages: fast upload, secure, apply for awards online, upload feature built in on some logging programs. Disadvantages are it only matches QSOs with other LoTW users and no real QSL card to display. And Doug goes like this on no real card. No, I got to have a postcard, huh? Got to have a hard copy. What can I do with LoTW? Awards, credits, matrix, track WAS credits, worked all states. Search QSOs for QSLs and view QSL details. There's more screenshots. Okay, we've already done that. EQSL. Who is into EQSL? Wayne, good. Glad you. Thanks for. You're always here. I'm really glad tonight.
Yeah, it doesn't seem as many people using it. Finally, I was only doing FTA, but it's not as many people using EQSL as there are.
It's been around longer, probably, right? Or,
LTW, I'm not sure. I've only been doing it for 6 months.
I've heard of it a lot longer than I have EQSL. That doesn't mean anything, though. Free online service that lets you exchange electronic QSL cards. Have to join who? Is it ARRL? Oh, EQ. Okay. Yeah, it says free online. The materials work. Some amateurs collect paper cards, but others prefer the immediacy of getting electronic QSL cards faster and cheaper. And you can't beat free.
My antivirus looks up in through that site. So I don't try that.
Burn.
Okay. EQSO are not valid for ARRL awards.
Yeah, I think I have that in there, but I'm not sure. Each one of them have their own little barbed wire fence that they have to keep other people out, and they want their exclusivity or whatever you want to call it, right? Which is okay. Nothing wrong with it. Why do we need electronic QSL cards? Conventional cards take time to write out. And Doug, this is nothing against your hard copies, please. Remember, this is back to the basics. You can do it what you want to, and what you don't like, you can just Okay, conventional QSL costs money to print and mail, of course. Have to wait a long time to get a conventional QSL card in the mail. If you QTH or other fixed data change, you have to reprint the cards. Rare DX stations would much rather use electronic QSL cards. That's according to someone. Not Doug, but that's okay.
That's probably true, but if you can send out 15
Oh, yeah.
DX cards, you're lucky to get back 5.
Yeah.
You're lucky to get back 5.
You mean the hard copies?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Particularly if they're coming from lower or upper suburbia or somewhere that you never heard of, you know. Okay, here is a register eqsl.cc. Verify your email address and set up your password. And it looks very simple there. You sign up, the internet gives you sends the information, and somebody at the other end signs you up. Register, design, verify. I'm looking at the left. Step 1, QSO, upload log to outbox, automatic transfer, details of transfer, retrieve from inbox, and register the homepage. And this is all the stuff I got on off of the internet. So EQSL. An EQSL card looks like this. When printed, the card will typically be about the same size as a conventional QSL card, which is postcard size, of course, almost, as long as you don't change the dimensions of the browser box to make it too wide or too high. Those look pretty good. Now, how they print out, I don't know. I guess it'd be the quality of your printer, right, and the paper that you're using. I don't know. I'm not sure, Tom. Is there a backside to the card, or do you know?
I don't know.
Don't know. I don't either. It doesn't look. I don't think there probably would be. Technical information. George, you want? Vern or George, you want to explain this?
I don't know what you want.
That's why I put him there. Here's technical information. If you're interested in the technical information, go to eqsl.cc and read it. It tells about the server they have. I just put it in there just for fun. It's no, this is what they have. This is their equipment, yeah. As of last year.
That's all they have. Little export.
That's what they said.
No.
That's what they said.
That's like a desktop.
Well, remember, now this was last year. Of course, our cell phone has more than the lunar landing in the 60s, right? And more. Your car has more than that too. Okay, he was confused, and I was too. Okay, server farm. This is just technical stuff. Again, informational. EQSL server farm. It's got the diagram. It's kind of like a flow chart, actually. Okay, logging programs. EHAM, again, to me is a good source. I've had good luck, and I think I know other people I've talked to have had good luck with EHAM reviews. EHAM reviews products 27. LoTW, www.n3fjp. That's the one you mentioned, I think, Wayne and George. Yeah. Mac Logger DX, obviously for Mac. Ham Radio Deluxe. I've heard a lot about Ham Radio Deluxe.
What one you missed is paper. Yeah.
I tell you who has one of the best. You probably know who I'm talking about. Tom Frank, K0HHB. I've heard him an 8.5 repeater early. I say early in the morning. I don't know what definition of early is to a lot of people. They start talking, and it's he and several others. And yeah, hold on. I talked to him on 20 minutes. Hold on, wait a minute. I talked to him at 4:30 in the afternoon on February the 3rd, 1962 on 24. Blah 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 blah. And it's not on a computer. It's in his logbook. Tom has been keeping a logbook since he was in high school. And he's 75, 76, something like that. A couple of years older than me. Logbook. I haven't seen the logbook. I understand Jim Glasscock at W0FF Silent Key had a logbook and all the QSL cards in file cabinets, like 5 drawer, just full of them. So the paper logging still exists. The hard copies, just like the QSL cards. No, that's right. That is it. Okay, that's all I have. Anybody else have anything else, please?